Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Time for part 2, the endocrine system. So the endocrine system, if you didn't know, is going on slide 15. Hopefully that was pretty obvious due to the amazing organization and labeling that we have put into your notebook. Okay, it'll actually be 15 and 16. Yes, there is a picture that you are going to go through and label. So, the endocrine system, if you didn't know, is made of an enormous number of really small organs. But without these organs, you would not function, nor would you be the person that we see on the screen and are so delighted to see in person every day. So the function of the organ is that you are responding to hormonal information. So your endocrine system is all about your hormones. But, ladies and gentlemen, these are not only for the number one thing that you think hormones are for, which is all about sex. These hormones do so much more than just that. This controls your hunger or your not hunger. There's actually 2 separate hormones for that. Your thirst, your stress levels, your ability to go to sleep at night, your ability to get sleepy at certain times, your ability to digest food has things to do with your hormones, obviously the sex, your development reproductively is controlled via the endocrine system, and then your ability to get bigger. There are a whole lot of other hormones and endocrine system functions, but these are the major ones that primarily affect you teens. Again, similar to the nervous system, your hypothalamus is ridiculously important for this system. It is where all signals are going to go, and they will go there, and the hypothalamus is the interpreter of the signal, and then it will direct this friend below it to do something. Okay? The little friend below it that we identified in the last lecture but didn't talk about at all is right here, and now we'll finally discuss it, and it's called your pituitary gland. Your pituitary gland is actually what carries out the endocrine system function, but your pituitary gland would be 100% non-functional if the hypothalamus didn't tell it what to do. So again, the hypothalamus is ridiculously important because it's the master controller, but without the master controller, the pituitary gland, this guy would do absolutely nothing. I jumped ahead. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This guy would do absolutely nothing. So this is an organ. It is that totally separate organ. It has a left and a right side to it, so that's pretty important. If you go take super high level biology, you do have to know about the differences between the left and the right. For us, here's what we care about. Information comes into your hypothalamus and it goes to your pituitary gland, and then your pituitary gland travels from here. It sends chemical signals all the way out, and it'll go through your bloodstream, and then those go to the various other glands that are in your body, and then functionality of you as a human being is carried out. This does also work in other types of animals. Okay, hit pause if you need a second to type that. From here, your glands are made of some similar tissues and then some different types of cells, because remember, cells make up tissues. Here's the common thread. It is this glandular epithelium tissue. And what it does is it's actually where the hormones are secreted. So you get enough of these cells all together and they literally talk to one another, cell-to-cell communication, and then different hormones will actually come out of there. So you actually do get a hormone that touches the organ from your pituitary gland, and another hormone that gets released from that particular gland that actually is what carries out biological function. We'll outline that pathway in a second. Just know there is a common tissue, and then there's a lot of differences. here's where the differences lie. You have so many different glands within your body that we have to sort of stop here and not talk about cells. There's literally 400 different types of cells that make up all of the various endocrine organs or glands in your body, so we're not going to talk about any of the cells. What we are going to have you guys do is hit the pause button right here, and we're going to have you go do some gland research. You can pick any one of my 6 glands, or if you want to pick a different gland, you're more than welcome to pick some other different gland. It doesn't really matter to me which one you pick, as long as it is a hormone-producing gland. Once you choose your gland, I want you to go to this chart and I want you to type that into here, the gland that you are actually going to research. Remember, this is the common tissue to all the glands, but then I want you to go check out one of these various glands because it's super important. I want you to look up 3 things for me. I want you to look up, what does that gland control? Is it height? Is it sex? Is it digestion? Is it thyroid production? Is it parathyroid? Because those do totally different things. Is it your pancreas? What does your pancreas control? Go look it up. All of those have a hormone that is released by each one of those. I want you to look that up for me. And then I want you to find me a super good picture of it, because I'm going to give you kind of a general location of that in the body, and you can see like a teeny tiny picture. So I want you to pick out one that's important to you, and I want you to go get me a bigger picture of it. And you're going to insert that bigger picture of it in here. You'll notice there were only 3 pictures for you to move onto this chart. The last one is one that you have to go find on your own. So hit pause, do your internet research, and then I will see you in just a second. Welcome back. Here we go. We are going to annotate our coloring sheet right now. So that is slide 14. And I actually need you to hit pause on me once again, and I need you to move all of these labels into their correct places. Okay? Remember, this isn't just a matching game, it is a learning tool for you. So pay attention to where you are moving various parts. Some of them I bet you already know, and I bet you learn at least 2 new ones right now. All right, now that you have all of those labeled, we are going to draw some directional arrows. So these are going to tell us where does the movement of chemical to chemical and then chemical to function, like where is that actual movement? So here's what you're going to do. You need to open the drawing feature, or there's a line that you can see up there, and I want you to click on where it says line, because you're literally going to draw a line on your slides. Okay? The first, I would choose the scribble tool. First arrow I want you to draw is going to go from your hypothalamus right here around your pituitary. So it's like a little arc in your brain from hypothalamus to pituitary. From your pituitary, I want you to draw a bunch of arrows out to those organs that you just labeled. So from your pituitary to your thyroid, and to your adrenals, and to your testes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to hit pause on me again while you go draw arrows. Once you have the big arrows of pituitary to target glands, I want you to draw a whole series of little tiny arrows coming out from each of these glands. And that is to indicate that each of these glands is secreting its own hormone. Okay? So we have major networks, and then we have secretion of individual hormones. And remember, it's through the bloodstream that all of these things are actually getting where they need to go and doing their job. This is the slide that should now be covered in arrows and labels in your notebook. Pause me if you need more time. I want you, now that you have a beautifully labeled slide for 15 and 16, I want you to hit pause and watch this video. Remember, you can't actually click on the video because this is a video, so you can't do one video through another video. So go back to that doc and click on the endocrine video and then watch it. You obviously could also open the notes, and then you could scroll all the way to the endocrine system video and hit pause. So pause me, go watch this video, and then come back. All right, last thing, ladies and gentlemen, and it would actually be really great if you took like a 10-minute break, set a timer, and then come back and do this activity. So what this activity has you do is kind of just big picture think about the endocrine and nervous systems as they work together. To do that review, what I want you to do is I want you to write me 3 questions, a Google, a Doodle, and a Noodle question for the endocrine and the nervous systems. We're only making you do it once, so make sure that you do a good job and remember that you get to involve both systems in these questions. Pause me while you think about those. If you need a review on the house questions, we have linked that in your notebook and you can click on the house questions or go back to your unit 1 and you can find those words. When you're done with your house questions, you're going to write me a 3-sentence summary on both systems. Reread the purpose statement that you have at the top of the slide. Should be at the top of 13 and 15. And I want you to write me a 3-sentence summary. Once you have done that, you are absolutely 100% done with the nervous and the endocrine systems. And you will use these in your final project. So they're not optional. And if you didn't understand them, please go watch the videos again. You need to know these because you use them in your final projects. Watch those linked videos. They're there to help you. I spent a lot of time finding the best videos that would be the best ones for this project. If you need any help, ask your teacher. We are always here for you, and we love biology and we love answering questions.